Hello to you. Hello to you. My name is Jesse R. Johnson. This is Earth is 100% flat. The sun is 1,654.8 miles above the Earth at the equator, and light years do not exist. To begin, the law of proof. Only one point is needed to prove or disprove a thing. If it ain't truth, it ain't flat Earth. I know for a fact that the Earth is flat. I know for a fact that the Earth is flat. Look at this drawing, please. This is basic geometry. The atmosphere is represented here as a dotted line. Thus, a spherical Earth is represented here as a solid line. The atmosphere and water is stuck to the Earth, a spherical Earth, and curves with the sphere downward from the 90 degree to the altitude line. This is 90 degrees to the altitude line, this line right here. This here is the altitude line, this vertical line right here. This here is 73 miles altitude above the solid Earth all the way up to the here. So therefore, since the atmosphere is approximately 12 to 15 miles thick, take 15 away from 73, which leaves 58. Therefore, you would be 58 miles above the Earth's atmosphere. Also, another thing, this here is called a chord line. A chord line, this straight line right here. And this here is the bulge above that chord line. And therefore is approximately 105 miles elevation drop from this point to this point is approximately 700 to 750 miles. In other words, the horizon is approximately 700 to 750 miles, which produces a approximately 105 mile elevation drop on a spherical Earth. The spherical Earth is non-parallel to the 90 degree to the altitude line. Once again, it is non-parallel to your line of sight and non-parallel to the 90 degrees to the altitude line, where every single point on the sphere is continuously curving downward from sight, and you must look down to see the horizon. It is physically impossible to see on a ball Earth an atmosphere and horizon looking 90 degrees to the altitude line at an elevation drop of 105 miles, which is added to the 73 miles, which equals 178 miles, minus the 15 miles for the atmosphere, the thickness of the atmosphere, minus 15 miles, which equals 163 miles. You must look down from your ship here all the way down 163 miles to see a horizon or an atmosphere. A physical impossibility not to do so. You must look down a greater distance than the 58 miles and the 73 miles because the surface is not parallel to your line of sight. Now, look at these pictures, please. This is the horizon of the Earth at 73 miles altitude. 58 miles above the gaseous layer of the Earth. I am not looking for flatness in these pictures. I'm looking for one thing, the horizon. The horizon alone proves 100% conclusively the flatness of the Earth. Utterly nothing else is needed. Only one point is needed to prove or disprove a thing, and utterly nothing else is needed. How and why? Because the horizon perceptually rises with the eye and camera levels, a physical impossibility on a sphere. This is 73 miles altitude above the surface of the earth. A GoPro camera with fisheye lens or fisheye lens camera was used. As you can tell, it distorts the image of the earth. This one here has a bowl type shape. This one here has a ball type shape. This one here has a flatness to it. Every single point on a sphere continuously curves downward from the sight, and you must look down to see it. It is physically impossible to see on a ball Earth, an atmosphere, or horizon looking 90 degrees to the altitude line. When the horizon would be close to 700 to 750 miles distance away, and at an elevation drop of approximately 105 miles, even with a GoPro camera and fisheye lens camera, the horizon is still seen 50-50 across the lens of the camera. Without these distortions, the earth is seen for what it is, flat as hell, flat. No arguments are allowed or accepted. The case is closed. You can see it for yourself. Now, look at these, please. Look at these, please. These are pictures of the sun's rays at sunset through the clouds. See how the rays fan out and can be traced back to the source with trigonometry? See the rays, how they're fanning out? How they're fanning out? And see how the rays fan out and can be traced back to the source with trigonometry, with simple trig. The sun is local, L-O-C-A-L. It is 100% so. This is all that's needed to prove 100% that the sun is local, L-O-C-A-L. Nothing else is needed. No arguments are allowed or accepted on this. You can see it for yourself. Once again, you can trace the rays back to the source. The sun is local. Now, since the earth is 100% flat, then how high above the plane of the earth is the sun? We will find out. Look at this. Look at this. This is a right angle triangle. You are here at B. Someone else here is at A. This is the ground. Right here, the ground. This is the adjacent side of the triangle. This is the hypotenuse. This is the opposite side. This is a right angle triangle. The degrees, this is taking place at the equator. The tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. BC, B to C equals AB tangent 89.99. And tangent 89.99 equals BC over AB. This is taking place at the equator. The sun is going around the equator on a flat earth. The equator is 24,901 miles divided by 24 hours equals 1,040 miles per hour. Divided by 60 minutes equals 17 miles a minute. Since you cannot divide 17 by 60, you must turn 17 miles into feet, which is 17 times 5280 feet, which is 1 mile, equals 89 760 feet divided by 60 seconds equals 1,525 feet per second. Put your 1,525 feet here. Your 89.99 degrees, because all there's left is 1 single second left, which will be at over B. Therefore, and it is 11:59 a.m., 59 seconds, 1 single second before 12 noon. Hence, AB equals 1,525 feet. A to C equals 89.99 degrees. B to C equals 8,737,606 feet divided by 5280 feet, which is 1 mile, equals 1,654 miles, 54.8 miles. Put your 1,654.8 miles here. That is how high the sun is above the earth at the equator. Now, look at this, please. These are pictures of real stars taken using a P900 camera 80x to 83x magnification. It is a physical impossibility to see something trillions of miles away with only 80x magnification. A physical impossibility. This is what stars in fact look like. These are what the real stars look like above your head. Not the fantasy heliocentric religion stars. Once again, not the fantasy heliocentric religion stars. Astronomy is about 96% false and fake science. Everything else is lies to exploit your trust and as a weakness for power and monetary gain. Once again, everything else is lies to exploit your trust as a weakness for power and monetary gain. Now, look at these. These are what real stars look like. What a real star looks like. They are not the heliocentric religion stars, which is fake, which is there to just brainwash you. Now, they are not light years away. This is basic equal distance magnification. Light years do not exist. The sun, if you have been told the sun is 93 million miles from Earth. It is 865,000 miles in diameter. 1 billion divided by 93 million equals 10.75x magnification needed. 1,000, there are 1,000 billions in 1 trillion. 1,000 times 10.75x equals 10,750x magnification needed. What the hell can you possibly see with your naked eyes, your unaided eyes, that requires 10,750x magnification? And that's only at 1 trillion miles. 1 light year is 6 trillion miles. You cannot see anything from this earth. That is 1 trillion miles. Nothing. Light years do not exist. Now, look for high altitude videos with no GoPro and no fisheye lens. The public web, the internet that is, the public internet, the public web prohibits videos and pictures over 73 miles altitudes because the lie would become obvious if they showed them. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. Share this video and have a very good day.